online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania. The no bullshit approach to all financial markets, including Bitcoin, NFTs, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. Everything wrecked today. But today on Market Mania, we will get to the picks of the day that you need in a day like today. BLK owns everything. TopShot is even dropping. Also, crypto is wrecked. And top story, Matt Glantz, tech is riggedy wrecked.
Yeah, Micah, oh man, tech is getting wrecked. Some of these stocks, these hot stocks you've seen in the last few months that gone crazy, like DDD's up on the screen there. I can't really see how high that was, but these stocks are down like 40, 50%. You got stocks like Futu that was over 200, now it's 100. You got stocks like Mania, what was that, like 70 something, and now it's what, 30? These are moves in just like under a month. That some of these moves from Dash, another one, over 200, now closer to 100. And people are just getting wrecked. Retail's getting smoked. Most of my day trading friends are not doing very well. Everyone's very quiet. It's been tough for me. I've had a lot of losing days in the past month. My fund's down probably like 6% for year to date now, after being up probably close to 40% at one point. So we're way off highs, and we're actually down for the year. So this is no fun for anyone.
SPY touched a high just on March 17th, just at 397, now at 386. So the broader market isn't necessarily quite as wrecked, but tech specifically, those high flyers, those 100Xers in a couple of days, in a couple of weeks, those are wrecked. Brett Ritchie, do you have the Robinhood viewpoint? We don't really say that anymore. Webull viewpoint.
Yeah, basically a lot of the stuff that went up huge during the pandemic is saying, well, people aren't doing things in person anymore, so the tech stocks got this huge boost. I mean, some of this is that coming back to earth as the vaccines and stuff roll out. I think part of it is look, Biden is not Trump, and Matt's boy is not in charge anymore, and I think whoever's the guy pulling the strings doesn't have what Mnuchin has.
That's boy, you mean Mnuchin.
Yeah, Mnuchin. So I think that there's probably some government. They play some role here too, but a lot of it's just like how high they can't just keep going nuts the whole time. There's going to be a drawback to some of the high flying tech stocks at some point. So yeah, I think the ones you like Jumia, if that's something you like. NVIDIA, like there's a lot of good companies that you can buy these dips on. So I wouldn't be panicked from a long-term perspective at all.
So in addition to the stock market being wrecked, and yeah, there is widespread pain in all of the tech stocks everywhere, crypto's also wrecked. And this is something that we've seen, I guess, since the pandemic, or at least maybe the last year and a half. And it obviously doesn't work every time. It's just that you've sort of seen the crypto markets and the traditional stock markets act as one in recent times. And I guess somehow you gotta 5x a Bitcoin during that when the market goes up 100%, or 70%. But you could look at the widespread pain today. Bitcoin at 51K was touching 50K earlier, down 5,000 today, about 9%. And of course, as goes Bitcoin, as goes the rest of the crypto market so far. And again, at this point in the story, and you can just see Uniswap, 14%, Litecoin, LOL, that people still trade that.
How about Ripple? Cash, they got banned everywhere and they're still number 7. Or how about Theta, Tony's pick of the day, cracking the top 10, by the way.
Nice, Tony. That's Tony, the producer, with the big one there. Bitcoin Cash didn't miss. Stellar, again, who the hell is using Stellar? But unless you're in stable coins, you got wrecked today.
But the thing is, though, about crypto, people, they always bitch on Twitter. And it's like, unless you bought the Stone Peak, you're up huge in the last year on this stuff. I mean, Bitcoin is up, 700% or something in the last year. Ethereum is up something similar. At least it's up probably 500+%. So I like when I hear people bitching about a crypto dip on Twitter, it's just like reminds me of that James Franco meme where he's got the noose around his neck and he's like first time. That's how I feel. Like just shut the fuck up and or get out of the space.
Tony, if you give a little click up there, I think you have to scroll up and give it a little 6 month or give it a little 1 year. Oh, maybe it's down. Yeah, it's these. More details, and then you get your options for the 6 month, and you can see what and the 1 year actually, and then you can see what Brett's
talking about. You want
to
to bitch about this
there.
Little dip? Go to hell is how I feel. Oh no, it's only down 800 instead of 900%. Oh.
Unless you're a March 2021 buyer, maybe even sometimes in February, then you are up big time, baby. 1 year ago, this stuff was about 4,000. It's about 1 year ago to that epic dip down to 4 or 5K, 3K, 4K, 5K, depending on the exchange. So
it's up over 1,000% then.
So crypto is wrecked today, but not overall. Brett Ritchie, your beloved TopShot is also down. Nothing escaped this today.
Yeah, so this isn't even a great chart because the market cap counts a ton of these liquid early like things that don't move, so they're not really changing the market cap. A lot of the heavily traded stuff is down like 50 to 70% in TopShot, or at least it was until yesterday, which had a little bit of a bounce back, which I think one is like TopShot to some extent is going to move in coordination with the regular market and with crypto. So I think like some sort of drawback is to be expected there a little bit, especially because it flew like 100x quickly. And then the other thing that the team, they kind of had a couple missteps where they just released way too much content around the All-Star game. They put out 7 challenges, 2 almost identical sets, and then a third one. And it's like the All-Star game in the NBA is a fun weekend. It's not like a 2-month-long celebration. And they just turned out so much content. Millions of moments came out in a short period of time. And combined with some of these other macro effects, a lot of people just dumping and a little disillusioned. Withdrawals also increased. I think over 18,000 people have withdrawal capability now. However, the team has always been very responsive. In my opinion, it's one of the reasons I'm so bullish. I think they're doing a great job, even though they're facing a lot of scaling issues. So they kind of bounced back quickly. They put these badges out yesterday, which got the market excited again. I'm pretty confident they're going to chill on these product releases for a bit because the feedback was like pretty overwhelmingly negative to how much stuff they jammed out over this All-Star game. So I personally, I loaded some on yesterday and today to buy this dip a little bit. And you can see the volume has been pretty steady. So if you're bullish on this long term, it's been a fairly big drawback. So I think it's not unreasonable to get back in there if you're thinking about it.
Matt Glantz, you buying basketball cards today on the internet?
I just buy the packs for cheap, couple dollars, and I don't really get involved. Just buy them for fun.
Cowardly flipper is what I call them, but
I don't flip, so I just buy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Buy and hold. Wow, buy the packs only and hold.
It worked out though because he needed that. Remember, you needed 3 moments for that other pack, and Matt still was holding his 3 from the first pack. Otherwise, the market was closed, so he wasn't going to be able to get that pack.
True.
Fantastic stuff. Now, I got a feeling Tony, the producer, is about to slide in here because we got another BlackRock story. And BlackRock, the 4th branch of government, this probably gave Tony a Woody. What do we say? Can we go there? Is that are you allowed to do that? You get canceled for that these days? I don't know. We'll see. Tony, take it away.
Like corruption at this level doesn't get me all hot and bothered, I gotta say. There is a word for what happens when you take corporations and government and you combine them together into one form that pushes a cultural norm down on society. There's a word for that. It's called fascism. And if you don't think we're in the proto stages of that right now, well, you're not where I'm at. I think you need to wake up a little bit. BlackRock basically owns everything. They merged with the Treasury in all but name. And the reason they say this, and the reason the headline is pushing this, is because BlackRock basically runs all the pensions for the Canadian government. They run pensions for the U.S. government. They run the exchange alphabet soup of organizations that buy corporate bonds for the Fed. They buy corporate debt for the Fed. I mean, they own everything. And the other day, Elizabeth Warren and Janet Yellen were clashing over whether or not BlackRock should be considered systemically important. Now, I think it's beyond question that they're systemically important, but this is a little funny. It's a little bit like, you know, Elizabeth Warren has no power over BlackRock. So for her to bring up talking about regulating BlackRock, there's no way that she will construct a law that can regulate BlackRock. BlackRock will write the law for her, put it in her hand, tell her this is the law you're going to pass, and then we'll be able to brag about regulating the too big to fail banks. But when you think about BlackRock, don't think of them any differently than you think about the U.S. Treasury. And when you invest in them, think of those in those terms as well. I think BlackRock's a good investment, but I think it's a bad company. But Matt, I can be a little alarmist. What do you think? Am I over the top here in saying these two have merged?
I don't know anything about this topic, Tony.
Okay.
I'm clueless about it, so I'm the wrong person to ask.
A massive multi-$100 billion entity, and you're saying that the Fed uses BlackRock. That's who does the selling. That's the mechanism that they use. They're like, hey, BlackRock, sell some of these T-bills for us.
That's right. Go ahead, Brett.
I was just gonna say that it's rare for me to want to hop on like Janet Yellen's side, but I find Elizabeth Warren to be just like so completely phony. She's like a charlatan that's just looking to make headlines with her crusades against the banks or anything. I don't feel there's any real principle with how she conducts herself. So I auto have Fade Warren on clicked. So I'm rolling with Yellen.
Fade Warren in turn is checked.
I would agree. I don't trust either of these people. And just another thing to know about BlackRock, after the 2008 financial crisis, they didn't receive any bailout money. They, in fact, were the source of bailout. They bought all of the toxic mortgage assets that ended up on Fed balance sheets, and they've been able to sell them off into this new housing bubble with all these new low interest rates. So they have profited greatly, probably the most from any other bank from the great financial crisis. So, I mean, if you want to make money and ride the waves of money printing, buy BlackRock. But if you want to sleep at night, stay away from these people.
And buy Bitcoin.
That's right.
This 8.5% dip today, you're getting the
sky
option
is
to
falling.
opt out. The sky is falling when there's blood in the streets. There's not blood in the streets today, by the way. This is not blood in the streets. If you guys remember those 5 limit down days, or I don't know how many there were, but last year about this time, limit down, limit down, limit down, days in a row. That was blood in the streets. SPY 230 was blood in the streets. You got to wait till your man Ackman is on CNBC crying, I'm buying everything. I believe in the American economy. That's blood in the streets. This is just a dip. So with that, Tony, go ahead and load us up for the Market Mania pick of the day. We got to go with safety glasses on for this part of the segment because we do not give you investment advice in any way, shape, or form. You have to do your own research. It's not what we do. But Matt Glantz, give them a pick of the day.
I'm going to go with QuantumScape QS. QuantumScape is 43.75 right now. It's a EV battery technology, quantum physics, battery technology, some crap like that. They did a secondary. The stock was set 65 on Monday. They announced a secondary. They didn't price it so well. They priced it at 40. It took 3 days to price it. They got less. I think they got 10 million versus 13 million, something like that, whatever it is. I'm not sure about the numbers, but they got 30% less than they were trying to get funding, and the stock's down from 65 to 40 on this pricing. So usually after these things price and it holds, that's usually a positive sign for these companies.
So you got quantum physics in there. I wonder if that's real. $16 billion market cap. You hope that they really got it. And it's batteries. Interesting. Gonna have to research that one. Brett Ritchie, what's your pick of the day?
I'm rolling with Silvergate. They are a bank that is very crypto friendly. I actually talked to them. I tried to get banking with them in 2018. They were like, you need 30 million minimum. So they kind of stunned it on me. But They just signed a deal with Coinbase through Coinbase custody to let their customers borrow against their Bitcoin holdings, and it's publicly traded. It's a very crypto-friendly bank. I think it's a reasonable way to get exposure to the crypto markets via the traditional markets.
All right, very interesting. 30 million. Run that over to Goldman Sachs and get in on those IPOs before you go into Silvergate. Yeah. So I'm going to go with the Fingu. I'm going to Fingu today. So this is a shenanigans product, and I mean, big warning symbols here. But the microsectors FANG 3x leveraged ETN. This is all of your favorite top tech stocks leveraged 3x into an ETN, ticker symbol FNGU. You can look at you look at a 1 year of that to see what happens when you catch it at the bottom. Obviously a dangerous product, kids out there, but you can probably click that into your Weebles and such. So, and it by the way, you're betting that the market goes up with that. If that wasn't clear, that is, we'll get wrecked if it goes down, and you catch a dip, then it goes up and you get a little 3x leverage, a little juice on your action there. So that's going to do it for a rapid fire Market Mania episode for today, Thursday, March 25th, 2021. It is a red day. Reds everywhere today. And so we got to leave you with Cypress Hill and my man Be Real. And it goes a little something like this from the Temples of Boom way back in the day, the Illusions track. And one of my favorite parts is goes something like this. Fuck 'em and feed 'em 'cause I don't need 'em. I won't join 'em if I can beat 'em. Like and subscribe to this show right here on YouTube. Follow us and Market Mania Show on TikTok and Twitter. We will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong. So your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold or a domino, out of control. The usual. Get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard, got the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury. However, turn it where I would turn it. Can't lie like it's Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I mad should've looked the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe lights like in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight? My interview